not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Fourth and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rockabye, baby. No witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, they make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 crippin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live with. Showtime, Mythic Apollo. I'm about the bottom. Take two and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. I just scraped it off the top.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They begin the drive with Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Wilson. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Third and 2, now Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check.
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Tim Patrick, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this one is incomplete. The Lions at 3-4 on the year coming into play. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Ready.
Swift. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Ready.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jason Kabinda, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Throwing is Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
They'll get this down to the 38.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Wilson. And finding the tight end Hooper.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
They go back to the ground with Williams. Down to about the 22 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
1st down.
These two teams all tied after 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Broncos have taken the lead.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Cut my team! Cut my team!
2nd and 2. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Let's go now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
60. Mustang 19. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wilson. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right.
And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7.
21. Lions 7. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now it's Wilson. It's caught over the middle. Hooper.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw is Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th, and the Lions will take over.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats! Go streets!
In motion left comes Williams. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Let's go!
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
18 Rattler! 18 Rattler! Ready?
Back to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Here's Wilson to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
70 Ranger! 70 Ranger! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime,
and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right. And as they breathe a sigh of relief, they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back. As trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. A handoff, Swift running to the left.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing is Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
Room here to run. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Ready, set! Trap 60! Trap 60!
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Mustang 19. Buffalo 18.
They'll look to throw again. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it second down. A give to Williams, running right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
64 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Broncos.
Again, it's Williams. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. We have played 3 quarters. The offense on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings us 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. They've got his man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Results in a 4th down.
19 right. Green alert, green alert. Tight, 19 tight. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs is the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Play action. Now Wilson. It's caught by Hooper. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 36. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he's going to go down. 40. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
All right, let's give them a little bit of applause here. Good for them, because this has been a defensive nightmare for them thus far. At least they're finally getting a couple of big plays. Won't make the scoreboard of the ride home easier, but one good moment to watch in film next week.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Off play action. Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Wilson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it.
Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
What impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the 4th quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Pressure comes and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Okay, break. Hey, smash circle. Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. Wilson wants to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved a hop.
And give them another number 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
The Lions take over on 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that part.
He's got a man complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in fantasy football where these points mean